with another movie vlog, and today we're gonna watch Warfare,
Warfare.
co-directed by Alex Garland and Raymond Mendoza.
Yep,
Well, let's do this. You ready?
I am.
All right, let's go watch this movie.
In 64, when everyone else tried to win on the straights, we won on the corners.
What's that? Oh, never mind that.
So we have returned watching Warfare, and I'm gonna say this might be the number one best movie I ever seen.
To me, it's like one of the greatest war movies you'll see.
And this movie does not shy away when it comes to the violence and how accurate it is with its combat techniques. And I gotta say, like, I love the sound of this movie where every soldier is shooting the tangos or the bad guys.
Yeah.
And you could just hear the cartridge bullets hitting the ground, and then you hear them reloading, charging the handle.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, because of course we have shot rifles,
Yeah.
and of course we have I don't get fazed by the sound of the fire while watching the movie, but when like you seen the trailer where they dropped the grenade in there,
Yeah.
you could just hear that just shook you to your bones.
Like your ears might have been like going off.
Oh, fuck.
And speaking of ears, I do like how what's his name, Elliot Miller, who is actually, which we go into details in this movie, but where you hear the hearing distorted. But I gotta say, this actually really enjoy this movie. I think this might be my number one best movie of this year, because I feel like everything about this movie works for me. How accurate it has to be with, because this is set in 2006 in the Iran War, where a group of
Navy SEALs.
Where a group of Navy SEAls are in position in the house that we saw, where in the photos, which they show in the end credits.
Yep.
I gotta say, I'm surprised. I actually really enjoyed the actors in this movie.
Yeah.
Especially Joseph Quinn, who plays one of the we don't know who their names are, since most Navy SEAls keep their names classified. But the only two characters that we see in the movie is Ray Mendoza, who is the writer and co-director, and
Alex Garland, who co-directed the movie.
yeah, if that name sounds familiar to you, that's because he made Civil War, which Ray Mendoza was a military advisor for that movie.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, this movie was groundbreaking, because you're in that position where they're in the sniper's position,
Yeah.
and Elliot Miller, who is also in this movie, is in the sniper's position, and you can just see the targets approaching from the house north of here, and
It's like they're trying to keep position, make sure it's not
there's no
behind
ambush.
Yeah,
an ambush.
is a good one.
But notice how he's scoping, and when that grenade pops in, that's when it just shooks you, because you could just feel it. I could actually feel it when I was watching it, because we set through the middle screen, where it's the best viewing experience.
Yeah.
And as soon as that you hear the grenade dropping, you just go. You're just ready to
To be honest, I was almost looked at. It almost felt like if there was an actual grenade.
I won't lie, I actually felt because I do love it in this kind of movie where you're in the position of these soldiers, and when the shit hits the fan, it's when you're just in. And I gotta say, the sound of the LMG, where if you see in the trailer where let's call him the new guy,
Yeah.
where he's shooting and you hear the doom, 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 doom.
I keep on seeing how the bullets were dropping.
Yeah, and in the little things to put position on the bullets.
Yeah.
Move!
I don't think there's nothing I hate about this movie. I think because this is one of the rare movies where I'm actually like keen on what was going to happen. Of course, I don't think there's nothing I hate. I think there's movie is well done, it's well made, and as for performance, I do love Joseph Quinn, who plays one of the soldiers who got his legs. Well, I'll go into details, but let's just say his legs are jelly.
Yeah, it's like there's kind of a bit of a gore.
There's gore in here, but
because even if anyone who was involved in the Iran 2006 must
the Iran war, the Iran war, which ended
must have
on
experienced these injuries that they wounded. But I would say thanks for your service.
I was gonna say thank you for your service because I won't lie, I actually wanted to enlist in the military, but the pandemic happened and I just couldn't be qualified for it. But outside of that, I feel like the movie does a solid job of portraying the soldiers, which again they're not shown their names because again they're classified. The only two soldiers in this movie are Elliot Miller and then Ray Mendoza, who is the co-director of this movie and the writer. I forgot, but yeah, I don't think there's what is something that you didn't like, or I guess your viewing experience of Warfare.
Not really much, but it's like I don't know what is the bad thing about it.
Yeah, I feel like this movie is a masterpiece for me. For me, at least. I feel like. Well, I guess there is one small nitpick was that the pacing felt slow at the beginning, but but I let that slide since that you are keen on like what's going on, and this is a historically accurate movie. I feel like you know what? There's one thing that I missed. It was when the guys are in position and the jet just flies over them, and you can just hear like the chair just rocking.
Feels like if I was in there and like an actual from the outside would just zoom.
Yeah, it just zooms past them.
Yeah.
And I guess the only thing I did not like was that we didn't get to see this in IMAX because, like, believe me when I say this, I tried to find this in an IMAX screening. The only IMAX screening that was available was in Toronto, Canada, which I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna like travel. Like, how long would it take us? Like, 10 hours, give or less. 12 hours, I'll give or take. But I'm gonna put it right here.
If you book a flight, that would have been
first class. But no, I actually really enjoyed this movie, and you know what? I gotta say, like, the blood in this movie just felt too real. I'm just like, because when the guys are in position, they're just giving morphine to each other,
or the way how they try to drag them out when they're
because if your legs are jelly and blood is pouring out and you can't feel you can't feel your legs since blood will be pouring out. But I gotta say, Joseph Quinn, who again plays one of the soldiers.
Did a great job.
I liked him in this. He's a great actor, and I actually feel sorry for him because when like
piece of the thigh.
Yeah, the piece of the thigh is just like moving a bit, and the other guys keep tapping his leg. I'm like, okay, man, you need to stop doing that because that's only gonna.
That's worse.
It's gonna make his leg worse, and of course, it's I don't know if
losing all that much blood still.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep your blood leveled and not lose that much blood, or else you'll pass out or bleed out quickly. I gotta say, like, the when the guys are shooting, when they're in the what are those things called when they get inside the convoy? I guess I'll just call them convoys.
Yeah.
But when they start shooting the bad guys, that's when you hear the cannons go. Like I say, unfortunately, we did not see this in IMAX. Which again, there were IMAX screenings, but they were taken off, I guess, because of the Thunderbolts and the Minecraft movie, which I never seen.
Well, actually, some didn't have Minecraft. I mean,
just the Thunderbolts, which coincidentally there's one at the Dolby Cinema. But I'll say this: I'm glad that Alex Garland has returned to direct this film because there was an article that he said that Civil War was his last directed movie. I'm just like, well, no, man, you got to come back because I actually really enjoyed it.
I almost thought to myself, really? Is this really going to be your last one?
Because he is still writing 28. He is going to write 28 years later, which is going to come out. That's the next film that we're going to see. But yeah,
the movie comes out June 20th.
Yeah, that's the movie that we're going to see. And yeah, I guess that's it. There's overall, Warfare is one of the best war movies. And like I'll say this, I have seen a lot of war movies like 13 Hours, The Secrets to Benghazi. I'll say this: I like that movie, but it's not as close as the real thing. I feel like Warfare is the prime example of this is the real thing, where what you're part of the viewing experience of these soldiers. But yeah, if I had to rate this, I'll give this 5 stars out of 5.
Mine's 5 stars, not gonna lie.
Yeah, after 10 stars, I'm gonna give this 10 out of 10 out of 10.
10
Yeah,
out of
because
10.
I feel like Warfare is one of the best movies I've seen, and I'm gonna put this as my number 1 best movie I've seen.
Out of any A24 movies, I still have Civil War right here, like a big thumbs up.
Yeah, for me, it's a thumbs up. For me, I'm gonna give this a thumbs up, and you're gonna give this a thumbs up. Yep.
Everybody's gonna give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, and I guess the thing I'm gonna say this before we look at the posters is I want to say thank you to the Navy SEALs.
Yes, the Navy SEAls.
I want to thank the Navy SEALs, the Marines, for your courage for fighting our country. Because I feel like this film should be towards you and only you, no one else. But yeah, let's take a look at the posters. And then we got the movie that we've been talking about, 28 years later. This is my number 1 most anticipated movie of this year.
From the director of Danny Boyle and
Alex Garland.
And writer Alex Garland.
I feel like it should have said from the director of 28 Days Later and Slam Dog Millionaire and the writer of 28 Days Later and Civil War. And we got, who we got in the
Jodie
actors?
Comer.
Who was in Bike Riders and
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
who was in the last movie, Craven.
Gosh, you're really heavy.
Yeah, Ralph Fiennes, who, of course, many know that name as Voldemort.
I could not touch him. It was old magic.
But we got I will say, I love this poster.
When I seen the trailer, it's like getting my heart pumping, like.
Yeah, like I said,
things-
and keep in mind that this movie was shot on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, so I want to know how this is going to look on an IMAX screening. Hopefully there's an IMAX screening of this.
We'll see.
And we got
James Gunn's
Superman. I'll be honest, I'm not really keen on watching this, but I'll say this. I'm gonna give because I like to be positive. I'm gonna say good luck to James Gunn, since I love his body of work, and since this movie is gonna be filmed in IMAX, I actually
will release on July 11th.
And I'll say this. I think who's the actor that is playing Superman?
David Cornsweet.
Yeah, David Cornsweet. He is I see the potential of him being a great Superman. And
he was in Twisters, they say.
oh yeah, he was the one the guy that got kicked out by one of the scientists.
Yes.
Yeah, that's him. And next up we got the Karate Kid legends, and I'll be honest, and I'll come forward. I actually never seen the Karate Kids movies, but I do know this man, my boy Jackie Chan. But
It's funny because he wasn't in the Karate Kid 2010 version, which I don't know what to say. That was one of the most Karate Kid movies I've seen.
I know.
I try to get to it in the OG himself, Ralph Macquarie.
Yeah, and I'll say this: I know, I never seen the Jackie Chan, not Jackie Chan, but the Karate Kids movies. But I know Jackie Chan for a long time from watching Rush Hour with Chris Tucker, and a lot of great films. And I know there was the remake with what's his name? Will Smith's son.
Jaden Smith.
Yeah, there was the Jaden Smith remake, which I actually never liked it, and
To me, it's like, where is this even going? Even if it's called the Karate Kid, you gotta have him. He's one of the OGs.
Yeah, you gotta have one of the OGs in the movie. But I'll look forward to see this movie when it comes out. And we got the next Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, which I know this was supposed to be part 2, but part 1 underperformed at the box office, and this is the final Mission Impossible movie.
To be honest, and spoken of truth, I have not seen the movies, but I will try and watch these movies till the last movie they did until this one.
I'm familiar with the Mission Impossible. The one I grew up was Mission Impossible 3 with J.J. Abrams directing it, and I gotta say, mad respect to Tom Cruise for doing these crazy stunts, because we saw the preview when we were sitting down watching Warfare. Yeah, mad respect to Tom Cruise. And we got Ballerina
From the world of John Wick.
and of course they got my boy Mr. Week, and Norman Reedus, who is here. I'll be honest, I'm actually looking forward to see this movie, and this is the last movie from Lance Reddick, who passed away.
He even says right there in the
Yeah,
credits.
when did he pass away? I do apologize, so I forgot.
March 17th, 2023.
Yeah, so
The cause of death, natural causes.
natural cause, and of course this is
It
good.
says here,
What?
death caused by illness, internal body malfunction, or old age, rather than extremely forces in accidents or violence.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But yeah, my heart goes out to Lance Reddick. He's a great actor, and I actually liked him. And of course, this is going to be directed by Len Wiseman. If that name sounds familiar to you, because he directed the Underworld, the first two Underworld movies, and Live Free or Die Hard 4.0, the fourth Die Hard movie. And he did direct the Total Recall remake, which that was his worst movie to date. But I'm glad he's returned to direct this. And we got How to Train Your Dragon.
The live action adaptation.
Film for IMAX, and
releases June 13th.
I'll be honest. I don't think we don't need it to see a live action of How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah.
I know it's like a really popular movie franchise.
Yeah, and I'll say this.
Directing by DreamWorks made.
And I'll say this. I actually like all the movies, but I feel like what was the last one? I forgot, but
Hidden World.
yeah, the last one was the weakest in my opinion. I just found it to be mixed feelings. I still liked it though, but I just found it to be mixed. But I don't know, like, why remake it when it's already a masterpiece?
But I gotta say, when I first saw this trailer, I like the casting that they got.
Yeah, the casting
look like the characters.
Yeah, the casting is great, but it's just like, what's the point of remaking something when it's already a masterpiece? Like, for example, The Crow with Bill Skarsgård. Like, that one didn't need to have a remake. It was already a masterpiece. But let's see how this goes, and let's look at Disney's and Pixar's next movie. Now,
I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I keep seeing that, they keep like making like problems about its actual release date. But there you have it on June 20th.
what was it? Was it delayed a few times?
I mean, I remember it shown in almost 2 years ago. Then last.
I guess
year.
they delayed it, or they must have shelved it due to the Snow White underperforming at the box office.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, fuck that movie. But
Yeah.
But I'll say this. I'm gonna say positive. I do appreciate Pixar for continuing making movies, because I'm familiar with Pixar. And next we got Final Destination Bloodlines. I'll be honest. I'm planning to go see this, but this is not a movie that is.
Didn't they need to make another one?
Well, I mean, I can see the potential of this being rebooted, but I mean, I'll be honest.
In my opinion, do you believe 5 should have been it? Because they already made 5 movies.
Like, that's the thing, is that 5 was the last one, and they made it up, or in the credits where it was showing all the scenes from the previous movies. But I'm looking forward to see how this goes, because, like, I'll be honest, like, I'm personally don't like the Final Destination for movies. I just don't. They're great, great films, except for the 4th one, which sucked. But I do like the concept where if you see something that was gonna happen, then death is going to come after you, which, again, death is always in the posters.
But in this one, they say that death was coming after them because they weren't supposed to be.
Yeah, because, for example, if I saw a premonition of how I was supposed to die and I got out of there, then death is going to come after me and my bloodline, which, of course, is the tagline of the poster. Death runs in the family. Yep. But I appreciate. I'll say this. I appreciate them doing something original and really interesting how they're gonna do it. But yeah, let's look at the other ones. And we got the Raka twins, and I'll be honest.
Bring her back. That's what's called.
I actually never seen Talk to Me. I should have seen that movie in theaters, but
I heard like they were great because I haven't seen them either.
I'll say this. I'm gonna say this positive thing about the Filippo twins. Or as I know them.
That's funny because I've seen their videos because they're known for their content with the Ronald McDonald's.
Yeah, I'll say this. I love their videos, and I wish them luck with this movie. And I'm gonna say this: if they want, because this was they were gonna originally do a Street Fighter movie, but that got out of control, or I guess they lost the rights to that property.
When it comes to like video game adaptations.
Yeah, but I feel like that. I'm glad that they're doing this rather than Street Fighter, because again, we know video game adaptations don't work as movies, but I feel like they work as TV series.
say it to the Minecraft movie, which was popular
Well, like that
the
one,
memes.
Yeah, that only got popular because of the memes. But yeah,
from Blumhouse.
I'll be honest. When I saw the trailers, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like,
To be honest, I need to watch the first one because I never seen. The first one.
I'll say this: if you're gonna watch it, then I recommend watching the unrated version since the first one was PG-13, but it looks like they're putting this R-rated back. I'm like, why put this PG-13 when the next one's gonna be R-rated? Yeah. And then we got Warfare, the movie that we have already seen.
Like I need to look this up. How much these prices?
And also, I forgot to mention this, but this guy right here, guess he is the son of James Gandolfini, and that name doesn't sound familiar to you. That's because he played Tony Soprano in The Sopranos. And
Wow.
I'm like, well, my man's like father, like son.
I'm just waiting until it hits streaming so I can rewatch this movie.
And he also was in the newest Daredevil show.
Born Again.
Yeah. He was actually great in that show. And then we got The Accountant 2 from Ben Affleck and my boy John Bernthal.
So you got Batman / Daredevil and Punisher teaming.
I'll say this: I have seen the first movie and I recommend it. It's a very good movie. Like, I haven't seen this movie, but watching the first one was great.
It's
Because
barely like nearly 9 years in the make. I mean 10 years, but this is like now 9 years because
yeah,
the first came out in 2016.
and keep in mind that what's his name, Christian Wolf, who played by Ben Affleck, is one of the characters who has autism.
Wow.
And I'm gonna say this: he kicks ass in the first movie.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna say this: John Bernthal, I love the guy. And if I actually got the chance to meet with him, I actually would wear my Punisher skull.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah,
you'll fit.
he's awesome. And we got
Sinners.
Ryan Coogler's latest movie,
Sinners.
Sinners, from Michael B. Jordan and Haley Steinfeld.
I ain't gonna lie. I keep hearing like it's really a good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's one of the movies where it has a 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, goddamn.
I don't think that this is a thing. If I seen Minecraft did a map of this,
Oh yeah.
a creative map where you can play like.
You mean Fortnite?
Yeah, that's why I said Fortnite.
Oh, because you said Minecraft.
Oh my god. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
here
said
to-
Minecraft. Yeah, you're
Sorry,
good. You're good.
Sorry.
But I'll say this: because I didn't get a chance to see this, but I'm only going to go see this to see Ryan Coogler's film. And you know what? A lot of these memes keep popping up. I feel bad for who was the actor who played Miles Morales in these Spider-Verse movies? Because there was a whole memes of Haley Steinfeld, and next we got the Thunderbolts, which I don't know why they're called the Thunderbolts since where's General Ross?
Exactly, because his name is Thaddeus Thunderbolt.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, the Thunderbolts are composed of villains.
I found Miles Morales.
Who was the actor?
Shamik Moore.
Yeah, they've been memeing that guy for so long because
He already turned 30 already.
yeah. But anyway, I don't know why it's called the Thunderbolts since where's Thunderbolt Ross? And I'll be honest, people are saying this is the best Marvel movie, but I'm like, I
To
mean,
be honest, I haven't seen it. Even if I think about it, because that's funny. In truth, I seen Captain America: Brave New World.
I did.
I don't know what to
I did not like it. I put it as my worst movie. It had too much storylines and many studio interferences and a lot of reshoots.
Yep.
But the only positive I'll say is Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Is fantastic in this movie, and I actually do like her as an actress. She's great, and everyone else, David Harper and
Sebastian Stan.
yeah, and what's his name? God.
Oh my God. Wyatt Russell.
Yeah, Wyatt Russell, who is
a U.S. agent.
who is also the son of Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
And of course, I don't know why he's not in the poster, but one actor that I did not suspect was Lawrence Pullman, who is the son of Bill Pullman. That's his name. Yeah, who was in Independence Day. Next, we got Clown in a Cornfield,
Filmed by.
filmed by who? Elliot Craig, and from the producers of Smile. I actually do like the poster. Like you see the clown, but your eye is focused on this part. All right, so we have seen Warfare. We already took a look at the posters. So, are you ready for 28 years later? Our next movie vlog.
I am ready.
Well, let's just pray to hope that there's an IMAX screening. Wait, you know what? There's one movie that I'm looking forward to see on top of 28 years later.
What's up?
The Collected.
Yes, the color.
Yes. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy that video. Please subscribe and like this video, and peace out.